Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are doing the long awaited ruffs guide. Never really knew how I would do this because I didn't really think he's that difficult of a brawler, but you guys wanted it, so we're doing it. Sorry for not uploading for a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit more inconsistent for like the next week or so, but then I'll be done with all my school exams. I'll be done with like literally everything, like soccer, blah blah blah. Like I'll be free. So videos will be back to normal. I might compensate by doing some daily videos for a little bit. So yeah, just bear with me, and I love you guys. But yeah, let's hop into the ruffs guide. First things first, the skin. If you just use ruffs or Marshall, I can get behind teens ruff, but if you're using ruffs or Marshall, then you're already doing it right. So yeah, those are the two best skins. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Going on to the build. So first of all, take cover is good against brawlers that are like single projectile. Think like Gus or I don't know, a Piper, a Maisie, just things that have one single projectile. That way your bags they get value because they actually have a good amount of health, 40% of your max health. That also means that if you give yourself the treat, then your bags will also have more health. I think it goes from like 2400 to like 2640, which in some scenarios can actually be really good. Because maybe brawlers that one-shot the bags now two-shot them, and that's just like you double the value from that. So always keep that in mind. Air support though, besides that, like will be good into everything, even like assassins. Like it's really good against things like shade too. That's why ruffs can sometimes be played against shade, because you can use the gadget to get him off of the wall, and it should buy you enough time to end up you getting your first super, and you can open up the map quickly so you can go against the shade. Most of the time though, the shade will just walk on the ruff. So it's a countermeasure. But air support though is just generally gonna be really good. If you do have ruffs, I 100% recommend buying both of them because they are both very strong. But yeah, I'm like default on take cover, and if I need to change it, I'll go on air support. But yeah, they're both very good. For the star powers, air superiority, 99% of the time it's very good because it allows your super to wall break, and that's just such a good mechanic to have. And of course it does more damage too. The damage, you're not really gonna see it too much, but when it does happen, it's good. But field promotion can be very good on knockout and bounty against comps where A, you don't want to break open the map, and B, there's no brawler that punishes grouping up, such as I don't know, like a Bell. Like going against a Bell, you're not going to be sitting with your teammates, but against brawlers like a Leon, where you want to stay like with your teammates, or like if you have a Buster on your team, then like you're going to be staying together a lot, then a field promotion can get a lot of value. As for the gears, I think you always need to have these three: damage, shield, and vision. Typically I'll almost always run shield vision, but sometimes you can go damage and vision. I just don't like using this build because I like him, like he's too squishy, so I think you need to have that shield gear, and especially because his biggest counters are assassins. We'll get to that later, but yeah, this is probably the best build for ruffs. And then the hypercharge, of course. I don't know why people are like asking me in the comments. Like I find it a really silly question. Like, do I still max out this brawler without the hypercharge? Why would you be like, that's not a maxed out brawler then if it doesn't have the hypercharge. But whatever. Like yes, have there's no point in playing ruffs without the hyper. There's no point in playing a lot of brawlers without their hypercharge. Like the hypercharge is like essential to their kit. But yeah, with ruffs especially, like the hyper is very good because you give yourself a free hypercharge again. If you want to like recycle it, you can give it to your teammate. Give like 2 Chester hypers, 2 Mortis hypers. Like that just changes the game completely. So yeah, very strong hypercharge. Let's get into the basics of ruffs. Ruffs has a decent range, as you guys can see. Like it can reach almost like to the end of this thing. But if you do bounce your shots, it does, you can see right there, like it increases the range by a good amount. So if I just shot from here, it would go over to there, and bouncing it, even like, of course there's that distance here that is being wasted, but actually the bounce shot adds like a lot more range, and it goes past the aiming reticle. So you see how it only says it's going to come back, it's like down there. It actually reaches me like a back. So it adds like, I don't know how much that is, but it adds a lot. Like bouncing the shots adds a lot of range to it. So definitely keep that in mind. And then of course, Like using your super is good for like the treat and everything. But some, not really tech, but if you are like, if you shoot a shot and then super, you then see how like I have like supercharge now to my next super. So I mean, you can do that with a lot of brawlers, because of like how like their super deployment works. Yeah, I can just do like that, and I have a third. It's really popular on brawlers like Surge, where you shoot a shot and then use your super. Now you have an extra shot or more supercharge to your next super. So yeah, and I'm not using the other gadget right now, but for this gadget, you see like you have a very long radius. It's actually very good if you can, like, if you're using claw and you keep a finger on this at all times, it'll be red if there's no one like in your radius. I can't show that in the training cave, but yeah, if you can do that and playing against like a Leon or something like that, who like goes visible for a little bit, or someone who pops out of a bush, it's really good because it'll go white for a second and then it'll go back to being red, of course, because you can't see them. But it's really good for detecting enemies. And you can always, like on maps like center stage, brawlers get revealed right when they shoot. So like, I'll be like spamming my gadget like the whole time, and then once someone shoots, the gadget will activate and it'll push them out of the bush. Like he's really good on maps like center stage too, because of like that scouting potential. But yeah, let me show you guys the other gadget real quick. All right, so with this gadget, of course, it pops down some bags, percentage of your health, 40%. So you guys see 2,400 on all the bags right now. I am going to give myself a treat. Hold on. I want to get my hyper back. Of course, if you guys do this, it has a hyper treat, and like say your teammate's like, oh no, like I'm about to get my hypercharge, like I don't need a hyper treat right now. You can always pick it up yourself. Just wait until the hypercharge duration is done. That way you don't waste your hyper, because if you pick it up during the hyper, it won't do anything. But yeah, now I have a treat, so I'm gonna pop down my bags now, and it's 2,680 because I have 900 extra health. So 40% of that is now like a bigger chunk. So yeah, this is very good against brawlers that like, oh, they would usually one shot the bags, and now it takes them 2 shots. So that actually happens in a lot of interactions. Just make sure like you're paying attention to how much damage other brawlers deal. So I can't really think of it like off the top of my head, but like if I'm in a game, I'll realize it and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna need my treat. But yeah, those are like the, you know, the pretty basic things about him, like, you know, bouncing shots, like your super and everything. But the number one thing that people always ask me is like, when do I use my super? When am I breaking open the walls? So you want to break open the walls against comps that you want an open map against. Like if you're playing against a Pierce, do you want to do that? No, you don't. But if you're playing against brawlers like a Crow, yes, you want to break open the map, because what is Crow weak against? Range brawlers like Otis, like Pierce. That's why ruffs is a very good thing to pair with those long range brawlers like Pierce. Although you got to be careful, because Pierce and ruffs both get countered by a mortis or any aggro. So you either got to ban them out or have a really good anti-aggro or something like that, or just have like a good map. There's a lot that goes into it. Like ruffs is very good in draft, but you can't be mindless with it. You got to be smart. You got to know like the interactions and like what's banned. Like bans are very important as well when you're wanting to pick ruffs. So definitely be careful about that. But yeah, you want to give the treat to brawlers that are going to get the most value out of it. So think that people that are going to stay alive longer. So say you have a Mortis and a Chester on your team. Your first treat should be to the Chester. You don't want to give it to the Mortis. Mortis is going to go in a lot, and he's probably going to die, and then your treat's going to be wasted. But your Chester, he's going to be alive a lot longer, going to be chipping away at people, so that extra 20% damage and that health bonus is really going to come in handy. When to give ruffs himself the treat, that's most of the time you give yourself the treat if like you're closest to it, like your teammates like can't get to it, which happens a decent amount, or like I said with the bags, like if you know that your bags are going to take an extra hit for the other team to get rid of, then it's good to give yourself the treat. And also just like if you have an extra treat, like you can give it to yourself. But yeah, hyper treat is very good only if your teammate has used their hypercharge or is not very close to it, either one of them. So like say like they're like 80% to their first hypercharge, like a Chester, you probably don't want to give him the hyper treat. But like say he just used it, then you should definitely give him the hyper treat. A good thing that I do, you guys should see it in a lot of my videos, is like if we're like in a good position, I'll low-key just throw a hyper treat like in the back of the map like that. And that way, like when someone dies, and like I can like I'm keeping up with like their hypercharge and stuff like that. I know that when they spawn back, and because they're gonna use their hypercharge, they're gonna come back, they're gonna pick up that treat, and they're gonna have their next hypercharge. So just something that's to keep in mind, that like when you're playing ruffs, when your teammates get their hypers, how many shots they're hitting, how close they are to their hyper. So it definitely takes a lot more, you know, like thinking and game sense. But if you can get good at mastering that, then I think that's a good basis for just like learning more game sense in the game in general. But yeah, you typically don't want to be giving your treats to assassins for the most part. Although it's really good on brawlers like Kenji and Edgar, specifically Kenji, because Kenji can actually stay alive a lot. And any brawler with life steal, of course, like Kenji, like Mortis, like Edgar, like the life steal also increases because it increases off the damage that you deal. So yeah, like it's good in that case, but like I said, you want to be giving it to your controllers, to your damage dealers before you give it to them. So yeah, I think that that should be enough of the yap for that. Let's hop into the next part. Ruffs is a support brawler, so that means not the most damage, and he loses to assassins, but you want to play him against brawlers that you can feed off of. Bull is interesting because you can feed a lot of supers off of the bull, but once the bull gets a super, he will kill you unless you can time your super to when his dash ends. Because if you super him during his super, then it won't get canceled. You have to time it right as it ends, then you might be able to kill him. But for the most part, the bull would still be able to have enough health to kill you. So you gotta be careful. And a brawler like Daryl can just run you down. But the bags are good in this situation, but for the most part, if like they're good at the game, they'll be able to hit around or through the bags. So gotta be careful. Brawlers like BB, of course, run them down. It's like the tanks do feed, but they run you down. That's why Ruffs you'll always see is paired with a brawler like an Otis, with a brawler like Chester. Like those two especially, Ruffs plus Otis Chester is a very, very popular combo because they just complement each other really, really well. In terms of assassins, they pretty much all hard counter Ruffs, for the exception of Stu. Stu loses to Ruffs because of the bags. But yeah, Cordelius also loses to Ruffs, and Leon does too. And what can you notice about all of them is because the bags are very, very strong. Also, it's very good into Crow because, once again, the bags. So as you can see, it's kind of like the same thing with Charlie Spiders, but the Ruffs bags are very, very good into specific matchups. It's actually very bad into Fang because the Fang can just super onto the bags and it gives him a free thing to chain off of. So don't do that. But yeah, these brawlers will for the most part do a very good job at countering him. Shade can like rock him down. Even when the walls get broken open, you can still run him down because of the hardened hoodie star power. Sam is very good. Edgar destroys him. Another one that destroys him is Ali. Lily's really, really good into it. Kenji is amazing. Kaze is good. Melody is actually pretty decent. Like, yeah, all these assassins, very, very good at countering it. Now, the other support brawlers, Ruffs does very good into, except for Jaeyoung, because Jaeyoung can pierce through his bags, but at the same time, like, you have good base damage at a range and pretty like fast projectiles, so you can do fine into the Jaeyoung, but the Ruffs is but the Jaeyoung is definitely favored. Sorry, very good into Gray because of the bags, of course. Not amazing into Byron because Byron can just run the injection star power. I should be on Malaise right now, but yeah, you can definitely go the injection. Yeah, Ruffs is good into Gus because of course, the bags. Even these brawlers with the bags are not good into, like Poco. You can just run the other gadget, like I said. And into Pam, both gadgets are actually pretty fine, to be honest. But yeah, into the controller brawlers, it does very, very good into the controllers. Even Squeak, people think Squeak counters Ruffs. It really doesn't. The Ruff still has more range. Ruffs is amazing into these brawlers though, like Lou, decent against Otis for the most part. That matchup is kind of weird. Sometimes the Otis wins, sometimes the Ruffs wins. Kind of how you play it, to be honest. Ruffs is pretty good into Finks. Ruffs actually outranges Amber slightly, especially when you're bouncing your shots. So that's a little bit interesting, but the Amber, she pops gadget, she should be able to win that matchup. Sirius, I think, would beat Ruffs, and of course Sandy has less range than Ruffs, but on bushier maps, when you see a Sandy, if you're not like keeping vision gear and breaking open the map in the grass as fast as you can, the Sandy will eventually get supers and just beat you. So you have to play those kind of matchups pretty like patiently. That's a huge thing with Ruffs, and why people also are not amazing at him. You have to be very patient. You need to like make sure you have vision gear, make sure you're not getting like snuck up on people, because once you get snuck up on by like an assassin or something like that, you're cooked because you have nothing to defend yourself. You have your super, but it's really hard to hit. So yeah, because that's not really what you're using your super for. Using your super to either break open the map or give someone a treat. So yeah, but for the most part, that's pretty decent into these controllers, not into Jesse or Penny. But once again, that's just because the bags would be bad into them, but then you can just change gadgets. So like if you think it's going to be bad for ruffs minus the assassins, like, oh, we're playing against a Penny, we lost. No, you're fine. Like, just switch the gadget. Now the Penny's not getting like any insane value off of you. You have decent range to hold. Now it's just like a range matchup. It has nothing to do with like the Penny splash or the Jesse bounces or the bow explosion or the M's can pierce attacks. Like, it's not as bad as you guys probably think it is. Against the damage dealers as well, ruffs does excellent into them. That's just how his job is as like a controller. And versus the marksman, the bags are very, very good. Even into brawlers like Brock, like it still takes them at least 2 shots to get rid of both of them, because you're not going to hit it perfectly in the middle to explode on all 3. But yeah, the bags are very, very good into all of these brawlers. Why is Janet a marksman? Okay, that is weird. But then throwers are very good into ruffs. Yes, ruffs can break open the map, but typically the throwers are good at making it so we can't get a super. At least from them. Like if there's an aggro on the other team or like a tank, the ruff is going to get a lot of supers and break open the map and make the throwers bad. But typically one-on-one, the throwers are going to destroy him. So yeah, let's hop into the best maps and modes. Starting off in general, ruffs can be played in every game mode and I think every map. I think we'll get to all of them, but we'll start with the competitive maps. That's all I'm doing, by the way, the competitive map rotation. So Hard Rock Mine, amazing map for him, but you need to make sure Alley is banned and probably Shade, because like in Mortis, like you have to make sure that these assassins are either banned or your team has something to account for it, like a Chester or a Shelly or just something that can deal with that aggro. Because if you're not switching lanes with the brawler as another favorable matchup, then you're just not going to get enough value. You're going to get farmed the whole time. But yeah, besides that, if you can like work around that, he is amazing on Hard Rock Mine, because he can break open those walls, make it easier for your team to maneuver, don't get spawn trapped. Very, very strong. Same thing with Death Cap Trap. And the good thing about ruffs is if there's no aggro, you can play your ruffs as your gem carrier. Like he has good range. He has the bags for protection versus other gem carriers, not against like a Janet though, because she can just pierce. But that gadget just provides so much, like both gadgets provide so much pressure, especially the air support, very, very good. And the other one is Hard Rock, Death Cap, and I think Double Swoosh, yeah. He's not amazing on here because of how much grass there is. You don't really want to play him on bushy maps, so I won't advise it. It's fine with vision gear and maybe like another wall break to pair up with like a Griff maybe, but I just don't think it's the best. That's it for Gem Grab. Heist. He's actually decent on Safe Zone because he can do really well on that left side, so Brawler's not able to push up, but there are a lot of aggros that you'll see here. But most of the time, it will be pretty control-based. You'll see like, I don't know, like an Angelo, you can see an Eve, you'll see some Pennies and stuff like that. And actually can be pretty good into Penny because you can break open those walls and make it harder for the Penny to get a good turret, and like your teammate can pinch out the turret and get rid of it. So yeah, but it's not the best on here, but has its own use case. On what other one? It's Bridge Too Far. Bridge Too Far, I don't advise it. I don't think I've ever seen a ruffs on Bridge Too Far. I can see a use case with the bags versus something like, I don't know, maybe a Nani or a Piper or something like that, but I just really don't think it's worth it because, I mean, yeah, maybe you have like a Colette on your team because Colette's very good right now and can be used like a good anti-aggro, so you can always like switch lanes and you can give like a second hypercharge to the Colette, but you just don't see it because ruffs typically doesn't have pretty good matchups on here. You're gonna see a lot of Amber and just brawlers that outrange it, so I don't advise it on Bridge Too Far. Then the other map is Hot Potato. Hot Potato is actually very good. He's very good at like there's not too many bushes, and he can scout like on the left side, the right side. He can scout in the middle left, the middle right. He can scout everything because of the way his shots work, because he can able to bounce them. And yeah, like once you get your first super, especially against aggro comps, you need to be able to break open that bush in the middle so that people, like, you can know if they're crossing over or not. He doesn't do amazingly, because you're going to see a lot of aggro here. You're going to see Shade, you're going to see Melody, you're going to see Chuck. Even I don't know why people pick Chuck on this map. This map is horrible for Chuck. Please do not play Chuck on Hot Potato. If you're playing Chuck on Hot Potato, then you have issues. So please don't be a bad random. But yeah, Ruffs can be pretty good here, especially if you pair it with like an Otis. You can give treats to your team and help them defend better, because Otis is the best defender on Hot Potato. So yeah, he's decent on Hot Potato for sure. Decent in Heist overall, not the greatest, but it's fine. Bounty, his use case starts to go up a lot more. Shooting Star, you don't see him that much because of how wide open the map is. So even with the bags, you can just keep your range, especially if you get the Blue Star. So the Ruffs can't really push in. The Ruffs is good if you have something for Blue Star, because then people have to come towards you. But yeah, just got to keep that in mind. Layer Cake, he's pretty good on. But the thing with Layer Cake is that this has a lot of aggro on it. You're going to see Shade, you're going to see Mortis, you're going to see Kaze. So you have to play it smart. And like I said, you got to be able to draft around it. But as long as you're smart, Layer Cake is also fine. And then Hideout, you'll see him a lot here used with the field promotion star power, because sometimes you just don't want to break open the map. And brawlers like Bell are banned. So it can be really good here. You pair it up with a tank, especially like an Ollie or a Buster. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. So he's pretty decent in Bounty. Brawl Ball is weird because you see him picked a good amount, but it is pretty good, like easy to exploit. I know this is not a competitive map, but on Sneaky Feet, wait, no. Isn't Sneaky competitive right now? Wait, it's Sneaky, Super Beach, and Pinhole, right? Yeah, okay. Sorry. So on Sneaky Fields, like you can see your Ruffs here mid or lane, but the Brawl Ball is so much aggro. You're not really going to see control-based metas here. So a lot of Edgar, a lot of Mortis, a lot of Shade, and those brawlers do very good into him. But like I said, you pair it up with an Otis, you pair it up with something like that, and you just try to get him on his best matchups as possible, then it's fine. As you guys can see, a big theme here. He loses to aggro, but does very good, because every comp is going to have a controller or damage dealer. So you're going to have like at least a good Ruffs matchup for the most part. So yeah, as long as you're able to just have a decent draft, like Ruffs is going to work very well. That goes for all of these maps. Pinhole Punt, you don't really see him too much. Super Beach, you see him a good amount because he can bounce his shots on either side. He can also play mid decently versus brawlers like Otis sometimes, and even Crow. But yeah, he's pretty decent in Brawl Ball, not the best. Hot Zone is as control based as it's gonna get, besides Knockout, but Knockout's like kind of its own thing. Hot Zone, you're still gonna see those aggro brawlers. But on a map like Open Business, it's very good to break open those like walls by your side. And if you pair it with something like a Fangs, like a Colette, like an Otis, like a Chester, like you guys can see what the best like matchups or like things to pair Ruffs are. So yeah, he can be pretty good here. And Ring of Fire can also be pretty good because he can go up the left or right. He can use his bags in the middle. He can use the air support gadget to push people off the zone. That gadget's really good in Hot Zone. And also I like him on Dueling Beetles. So yeah, pretty good in Hot Zone. Knockout, I think he shines a lot with his field promotion, especially on Gold Arm Gulch. I really like it because this map gets played from left to right most of the time. People don't confront each other for most of the time. So yeah, if there's not like a Brock or a Bell, then, or like just wall break in general, and you don't want to break open the map yourselves, you can definitely go to field promotion, pair it up with like a Pearl, pair it up with an Ollie, a Buster, then it's just really good for endgame, and you should be chilling. You don't really see him too much on Bell's Rock. You will see him occasionally because he can break open the map against brawlers like a Rico, who are pretty good here. But for the most part, things will just outrange him like a Brock. So just got to be a little bit careful. And it's kind of weird because you may not get your hyper treat. You get it pretty fast, but if you don't get your hyper treat, then you kind of lose a lot of the value that you would have gotten. Like if it's good to pair with something like an Ollie, because Ollie is good against aggros with his Hypnotize, like the pull gadget. And you can definitely give the Ollie another Hypercharge. If the Ollie gets one Hypercharge by round 2, and you give him another one for round 3, if it goes down to that, then that's pretty much like a free win, because Ollie Hyper is busted in Knockout. And then the other map is, I think, Out in the Open. actually pretty decent here, because once you get a first super, you can break open your own walls with it, and then both the gadgets are really good here too, and you're not going to see that much aggro out in the open. So I actually do like him out in the open. But yeah, that is it for his maps, modes, and that's pretty much everything. So we're going to hop into a couple ranked games and show you guys how to play ruffs. All right, so hopping into this first game, notice that we banned Mortis and Edgar, and other team also banned Damien. Okay, wait, Damien's in ranked. Oh, that's bad. But yeah, this is not a horrible time to go first pick ruffs. First pick ruffs is actually a very popular drafting strategy, especially in gem grab, like Hard Rock Mine. You'll see it like Ali, Mortis, and Shade, or like Ali, Mortis, and Lily are all banned. And then you first pick ruffs, and now like there's a lot fewer ruffs counters, and it's more manageable to draft counters like the 1 or 2 assassins that are left, because they're not ideal. They go with an Ali, which is good. As long as I'm able, and okay, I'm good into the Colette. As long as I'm able to get a super decently fast and at least break open the left and right early, then I might have a good chance. But we need something that's good into aggro right now, or we just need something to break the grass open. Anything like that should be fine. Not a tank, because there is a Colette. We do go with our own aggro. That's actually not bad. Kenji does do very good into Ali and does decently into Colette. Just gotta be careful though, because Colette's busted right now. Don't know why I see a Primo on my screen. There is serious open, not really any point of us going serious. We just need something that is not a tank and does good. Okay, not that. That's pretty bad. I'm gonna suggest him to go Griff. Okay, we probably lost. Griff would have been very good. Griff does good into Colette. Griff breaks, oh my god. Griff would have been the perfect brawler, man. We're probably going to end up losing this game, even though we have a full team of pro ranks. I have Taxi and Christian. Not Christian, Kevin. But yeah, we're using this gadget, of course, because I'm going to get no value versus the other two using this. Going to wait for her to jump one more time. I do get an early super, which is very, very good. Gonna break this part open right here, because it's like where the alley like connects the bushes and she can like jump from them. I'm just gonna make sure I'm staying on this Colette for the most part, because this is my best matchup. Very good job from Taxi. Gonna go right here. I should be able to get the kill because she wasted one of her ammo. That should be a free goal. Okay, Colette wasted super 2. Okay, this is somehow going very, very good for us. Thank God I managed to get a fast super, because now look, that alley's kind of stranded. Like she can use a super to go between them. But yeah, I'm gonna break open this wall here against the Shade. And we should be able to help trade out him. Nice. We have a Hypercharge now pretty early. Chat, why is my thing like almost always dead? Okay, we're gonna get a nice kill there. Taxi's doing really, really well. If he passes the ball to me, I might be able to walk it in. Okay, never mind. He's gonna waste his Hypercharge though. So that's actually very good from us. And then uses another super. I mean, he probably will get the kill onto our Spike because he's using the Cactus gadget. Don't really think he should. I'm gonna go ahead and break this wall open. That way, the Shade loses a lot more of his, viability. Very good Hyper Super, even though it didn't hit on the other person, because at least it pulled him. Waste of gadget there. I think Kevin can score. Maybe. Okay, no, never mind. They spawned a little bit faster than I thought they would. Gonna put down a gadget here against the Colette, and I'm gonna go down here. Wow. Okay, they both win for me. They need to get the ball hard left side here. Nice. If he kills the Colette, that is a free goal. Nice. Really, really well played for my teammates. They're doing really well. It is a really good Kenji game, but in theory, once this Shade gets super, it should low-key be over for us. So their team is definitely not playing this well whatsoever. This alley is not, like I don't know why they're going for the Kenji. Kenji will never die to an alley. And also, it's pretty good for me at the beginning versus a Shade. As long as I'm not feeding the Shade his super, then it is very, very good for me at the start. So it's going to break that open. I don't want to get too close to him and feed him because he has the gadget highlighted. We do still get hit by that. He's getting fed a lot right now. He does end up getting a super. I'm going to put a gadget down just so this Colette doesn't push up. Should be a free kill on the alley over there. This alley is really not playing very well. Taxi gets supered, but hits a good slash there. And this guy's going to be 1. So you can confirm that kill. We do. Gonna get that right there. Gets the walls and the grass. Gadget on the Colette so she can't walk up. And see if we can get some good shot. Okay, she's gonna super me. Do have a hyper on our what is it? Our Kenji, but I feel like he could have defended that. It was hard, but I feel like he could have. This Ally's just gonna go through mid. If she's smart, she's like just only go for me. Really bad hyper super there. Then the Colette wastes hers, so I guess it's okay. We're gonna break that up right there. There is a Shade with a super right behind us. He's gonna farm a good bit of it back right there. But I have hyper super. I'm just gonna save this for the next part. Our Kenji just used it, so I will be giving him my hyper treat, but there is a hyper super for him. So gotta be a little bit careful. Gonna drop that down right there for him. Gonna get that gadget, make sure I have it on her. That's a hyper super popped from you. We do get the kill. We need to be careful with this Shade though. He is very, very low at the least. I'm gonna pop down a super just to make sure that she's not moving up at the least. Like, even though I'm not gonna hit it, like it's fine. Good Hypercharge popped from Taxi just to make sure that they're not gonna score. He doesn't quite get a hyper super off, but I'm gonna use my invincibility so I can just walk up for a little bit, pop my gadget, kind of out of desperation, but I have another super now, so I can break open some more of these walls, and Kevin does really, really good clipping him. We can leave the ball in the corner for now. Like once this goes to overtime, it's very good for us. I have another Hypercharge, so I'm just gonna drop this for... Oh wait, yeah, just give it back to Kevin probably, unless he's close to one. The Ally's gonna be pretty useless now, and so is the Shade. Like overtime is very good for us. Gonna pop this onto the Colette, and yeah, he takes the hyper treat finally. He should be able to push up and get this Colette very low, or even kill her. And yeah, they're just all gonna collapse. Like overtime is very, very free for us, and we actually managed to sneak a win there. So we played very, very well. Okay, it was mayhem. That's why they were awful. But yeah, 8 and 5 into double assassin is very good. Taxi did really, really well on the Kenji, and Kevin did good to super when the Shade was supering. So pretty good game right there. Only get 50 elo from that probably because it was a team diff. But let's hop into one more game. All right, hopping into the next game, we do ban Mortis once again, and it's Undermine, not a horrible map. Just make sure I'm using the vision gear. So I'm gonna first pick the ruffs. I typically wouldn't because I think there's still too many assassins open right now, like especially Lily and Ally, and I'm a little bit scared about that. Also Cat too, but yeah, we also have Kevin on our team again, so that is good. This Paulo guy though is a bit of a criminal, so maybe it cancels out, but yeah, I'm gonna be on the bags until otherwise. Okay, bags are very good against Nausea. Nausea is also very bad. Please, her Hypercharge is good. That is the only redeeming quality about that brawler, but that brawler is just horrible, especially on Undermine. There's so much bush, and she's weaker to aggro. Okay, this is an amazing Ruffs game. They would pick Clancy into Ruffs. That is insane. Kit wouldn't be horrible. I wouldn't pick it, but if he wants to, I mean, he can go for it. I definitely think we need... Okay, now that we went Kit, Kit's actually pretty good into Lily, like it's decent, so I don't think we need to go to the Lily ourselves. We just need something with substance, something with health. Like a Chester would be very good on a lane as like a tank counter, so I will suggest him to Chester, and maybe he goes it, maybe he doesn't, we'll see. But yeah, he does end up picking the Chester. Chester also synergized pretty well with the Cat. Cat can jump, and Chester can confirm kills really easily because of his high damage. And we did need some sort of anti-tank, because right now if they just win a tank, it would be kind of over for us. And then go with an Edgar, so that's fine. Kit does pretty okay into Edgar. I get countered by it, but I have two really good matchups, so hopefully we can make this work. I will be playing mid, because actually I honestly want our gem carrier to be more safe. So I'm going to tell this Chester to play mid, and I'll be on the lane, because if a lane dies, it's okay, but you don't really want your mid dying too much. We're going to help him out here, make sure he doesn't die. Put down my bags now. Okay, he's on double tokens. That is good to know. Put that down so he's forced to come back. And now I broke this open, so more safe versus aggro. She has the jar for some reason. We're going to time that well. And see if we can keep farming some shots here. I'm going to break this open, and hopefully my Chester can come and pick it up. Need to be careful. This guy can just like super or like gadget the wall and then just come straight on top of me. So, okay, pause. But yeah, we're just going to need to be careful. Yeah, he's going to do that and go right on top of me. And I do go down. A trade here would be nice, but really good jump there from Kevin. Like, I really, really like that jump. I should be able to get us a double kill. And hopefully one of them picks up that treat. I don't know if I can help finish off this kill in time, but we are here now. Just going to pick up these gems for now. If I die here, it's okay. And that was very bad. That jump went on me and not the Chester. He didn't mean to do that, of course, but just that's unfortunate. This Edgar is going to be a nuisance because he can just take the gems like at any second. Good thing is they're on the Chester, which is the hardest brawler for him to kill. Oh, I actually hate, dude, I got splashed by 2 of those. That's interesting. I did not think I did, but this Naja's hitting a decent amount of shots right now. Okay, we're just gonna time this on her. Should be a kill. Nice. Okay, actually, all things considered, that was a decent like set of events, because now we have a cat hyper and this guy's not on dash crab. So yeah, hypercharge goes down. Really bad hypercharge, but that should be enough to win us the game. Really good job there from Kevin. Really good job. And I think I have another hyper super. Just gonna put it down here. I don't think he can pick it up because he already has a treat, but yeah. Oh, he got stunned. I did not think he'd get stunned, but the main threat here is honestly the what is it, the Edgar, but not enough time for them to do anything about it. Really good game. All right, game 2 now, more or less the same, but I think the Mortis might be on my lane at the start, so I need to be a little bit careful. Like, I would really like to play mid, because I feel like the mid, for me, is better in having Chester lane, but with, like, them having an Edgar, it's just more safe, because I don't want to always be dropping the gems. Like, you saw that he was, like, our Chester was, like, never dying, like, for the most part. Like, he only died, like, in our spawn. So, like, he's, like, it's much safer if a gem carrier. And I do have a super. Ooh, he does get a good break. And this Naja is 1 shot. So, yeah, we do get a really good kill there. See if I can time that well enough. Oh, he's so low. That's definitely going to be a kill confirm unless he times his gadget really well. But yeah, this is really good at showcasing like the weaknesses of like Ruffs. Like Ruffs is not broken. Like he definitely loses like hard to aggros, but a good pinch here should be able to help us. Gonna pop this right here. Give myself this treat just because. Give our next treat probably to our Chester, but this Edgar did a really good play right there. I can't lie. So good job from him. But it's gonna dodge this shot right here. Hopefully he goes on that lane. Oh, that's really bad from Kevin. Like he did not. There was no point in going in because there was no one to support him. So yeah, just kind of a waste. He does have his hypercharge, which will help like a lot. I'm gonna pop mine right here. He does jump on top of me for no reason. Like he's gonna die now, and Kevin needs to jump to get out of there. He should have jumped on the Chester because then he would have healed. But as long as my Chester gets out here, then we're chilling. He can grab those gems. Oh, he popped his hyper super. Okay, that's really good. She's gonna pop her Naja super. Does double poison. Ooh, low battery. But hopefully Kevin can do some work here. He does use his grapple on the bags. We get a kill right there, and really good job. We somehow managed to turn that game around when it was looking pretty bad. The Edgar sold first by jumping, and then we had hyper kit. So really good. Yeah, as you guys can see, it went 7-7. Capper BS, you are absolutely horrible. And you can see the Clancy got tortured. The Naja didn't do anything, and it was really free kit. And the Chester, yes, he was neutral, but he did a lot of damage, and like that was the brawler to make sure that they didn't go like a tank or another assassin. So very good drafts for the most part, and hopefully have some good elo. 84, nothing too crazy, but that'll be the end of today's video. If you guys want to see any other brawler guides, please let me know in the future, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.